I had $500 in gear on the bank that morning. 2 rods, a tackle box with more compartments than I needed, and a lure selection that cost more than my first car payment. I caught 3 fish in the entire 6-hour session. The man 50 yards down the bank caught 52 in 90 minutes. He was 72 years old with a rod that looked like it had been through a flood, a hurricane, and about 40 years of hard use. I watched him land fish every 7 minutes for an hour and a half without changing spots, without changing his rig, without doing anything that looked different from what every other angler on that bank was doing. Same lake, same water, same conditions, same morning. I had $500 in gear and 3 fish to show for it. Roy had a beat-up rod and a $2 container of white powder. I walked down the bank and asked him directly what he was using. He held up the container, tilted it so I could see inside, and said, 2 ingredients, $2. My uncle taught me this. His name was Roy, and he fished Lake Martin in Alabama, the same way his uncle had fished commercial water in Louisiana back in the commercial fishing waters of the 1970s. Back then, this was common knowledge among working fishermen, before the tackle shops arrived in force and spent a generation convincing everyone that the old ways were outdated and that their new commercial products were more effective. Roy said his uncle laughed every time he walked past a tackle display. He said the same men who spent $30 on scent sprays had been outfished for years by people using $2 pantry items, and the good sense not to abandon what already worked. There was an organized tournament running on that water that morning. Roy was not entered in the tournament and had no interest in it. He was just fishing the way he fished every Saturday morning. The tournament leader finished with 18 fish and won $500. Roy finished with 52 fish and 0 prize money. He did not seem to mind the difference in prize money at all. He had been doing this for 40 years, and he had never needed an organized event to confirm that what he was using worked. The 2 ingredients in that container are in your kitchen right now, not on a tackle shop shelf at $15 per bottle. In your kitchen, in the pantry, from the last time you cooked. The first one costs about $1 at any grocery store. The other costs about $1 at any grocery store. Combined, they create 2 completely independent chemical triggers that fire different sensory systems in largemouth, catfish, crappie, and bluegill at exactly the same time, and through entirely separate pathways. That is exactly why no commercial product at any price point has been able to replicate the result despite 40 years of trying. The first ingredient creates an osmotic gradient in the water that fish are biologically required to investigate, regardless of whether they are actively feeding at that moment. The second releases a sulfur compound that activates a separate system, one that fires the attack instinct rather than just the approach reflex. 2 systems, 2 triggers, one $2 combination that Roy learned from his uncle on commercial water half a century ago. The tackle industry learned this combination existed, watched it outperform every scent product they had made, and decided the most profitable response was to say nothing about it. Before I get into the exact recipe and the science behind each trigger, the kind of angler Roy described, the one who catches fish every trip instead of relying on luck, understands more than just what is on the hook. They understand when fish feed and where they hold in different conditions, and how barometric pressure, moon phases, and water temperature change feeding behavior at different points throughout the season. I put together everything I know about reading those patterns into a complete system for anglers who are done guessing. Scan the QR code in the top left corner of your screen, or click the first link waiting in the description below. Stay here, because the recipe Roy showed me that morning is not one ingredient. It is a combination, and the order matters. Roy told me something before I left the bank that morning. He said he had tried to explain this to other anglers over the years, and most of them smiled and kept reaching for their tackle boxes. He said nobody wants to believe that the thing they already have at home is better than the thing sitting behind the glass at $15 a bottle. He said that was perfectly fine with him every time. Less competition at his end of the bank every single Saturday. I thought about that for a long time on the drive home. $500 in a truck bed, and the most productive angler on the water that morning was carrying a $2 container that his uncle had showed him how to use 50 years ago. The uncle had learned it from working fishermen who used it commercially. Commercial fishermen do not use things that do not produce results. They do not have the luxury of buying products that sort of work sometimes. They needed a reliable catch rate, and they found one, with ingredients that cost nothing and lasted all season. The tackle industry that arrived in the 60s and 70s sold those same working fishermen rods and reels and electronics and told them the old preparation methods were old-fashioned. Roy said his uncle never once believed any part of that argument. He used the same 2 ingredients his whole fishing life, and outperformed every angler he ever fished alongside who was carrying $60 in commercial scent products. Roy inherited the container and the knowledge and the habit. 52 fish in 90 minutes on a Saturday morning at Lake Martin is what the habit looks like when it has been refined over decades. The first ingredient in the recipe is plain iodized table salt. Not sea salt, not kosher salt, not any specialty variety. Standard grocery store iodized salt that costs about $1 for a container large enough to last you through the entire fishing season. The reason iodized specifically matters is the iodine. When iodine dissolves into the water from the salt coating on your bait, it adds a third scent component to the signal the fish receives. Plain salt creates the osmotic gradient that forces investigation. Iodized salt creates the same gradient, plus a dissolved mineral signal that mimics the chemical profile of stressed prey tissue in the water. The second ingredient is pure garlic powder, nothing else. Not garlic salt, not garlic seasoning, not any blend with added ingredients. Pure garlic powder, nothing else listed on the label. When garlic powder contacts water, it releases allicin, a sulfur compound that spreads through the water column as a cloud that activates chemoreception in largemouth and catfish at concentrations far below what any human nose would detect. That Allicin signal is the attack trigger that closes the strike. The osmotic gradient from the salt draws the fish toward the bait. The Allicin cloud removes the hesitation that copper alone produces, and that most commercial scents never fully resolve. Here is the base recipe that Roy uses on every trip. Add 3 tablespoons of plain iodized salt to the container. Add 2 tablespoons of pure garlic powder and mix thoroughly. Combine both in a small container with a lid that seals tight. Wet your bait thoroughly before rolling it in the mixture. Press the mixture into the bait surface so it adheres firmly. Let the coated bait sit for 2 minutes before the cast. Those 2 minutes are not optional and should not be skipped. The salt begins dissolving against the wet surface of the bait during that window and creates a supersaturated solution on the exterior that releases into the water immediately on contact. That instant release on entry is the scent cloud that produces the response within the first 30 seconds of the bait entering the water. For hard baits and artificial lures, mix the salt and garlic with a few drops of vegetable oil until you get a thick paste. Apply the paste to the treble hooks and to the joints of the lure. The paste adheres through multiple casts and reapply every 15 minutes. For water below 55 degrees Fahrenheit, in cold conditions, add a quarter teaspoon of cayenne pepper to the base mixture. The capsaicin in cayenne activates an aggressive response in cold water fish, whose metabolism has slowed and who are less likely to chase actively. The cayenne triggers a reactive strike rather than a pursuit. For catfish specifically, add 1 tablespoon of dark brown sugar to the base. Catfish have taste receptors distributed across their entire body surface and respond to the combination of salt, allicin, and dissolved sugar at a reaction speed that has no commercial equivalent at any price. For turbid or stained water, double the garlic powder in the recipe. Visibility is reduced, so the scent signal needs to carry further to reach fish that cannot see the bait from their holding position. Now, the industry argument, because it matters, and it is simple. The commercial scent category is worth roughly $4 billion annually. Berkeley, Pure Fishing, and Base Pro House brands sell spray attractants for prices between $18 and $30 per bottle. Those products use synthetic compounds designed to approximate the Allicin and amino acid profile of distressed prey. The approximation degrades within 30 minutes of application in warm water. Roy's salt and garlic combination creates allicin from the actual compound, not a synthetic replica, and the iodized salt signal does not degrade. It reactivates on every cast when freshwater contacts the coated bait. Roy calculated his cost at under 1 cent per fishing session. A $30 commercial spray costs roughly $3 per trip before it becomes too degraded to produce a reliable response. The same 2 pantry items that Roy has used for 40 years cost less than $2 and last the entire season. That math has not changed since his uncle figured it out in the 70s. The only thing that changed was who was selling the alternative. Roy still uses the same recipe on Lake Martin every Saturday morning. He still does not enter tournaments and has no interest in them. He still outfishes every angler near him who is carrying $30 sprays. And he still keeps his container in the same kind of pantry his uncle kept his in 50 years ago in Louisiana. 2 ingredients, $2, and the patience to let it work. If you want more recipes at this level, the Forbidden Baits add-on inside the Angler's Vault has 10 legal homemade recipes, including catfish killer dough, the ivory soap trick, and more. Scan the QR code in the top left corner of your screen, or click the first link waiting in the description below. The complete system is waiting for you inside the Angler's Vault.